Okay, we've had a few questions about how to add the lower third, the section at the bottom of the screen that tells people who you are and information about your website, etc. We actually use an overlay, and I'm going to cover both methods here. So I'll just reduce the size of this screen. There we go. There's two of me. Okay. We have a Hangout running in the background here, just a plain Hangout, not Hangout on air, just so we can demonstrate this. To actually add the lower third, you go to this item here, the toolbox, and you'll see a number of icons up here at the top. This is the one we want. And you'll see it's automatically loading a lower third from the previous session that I did. So I'm just going to turn that off. That's actually an overlay, it's a custom overlay. But we're going to do a lower third first. So I'm going to say Michael Mason and my strapline. So when I click on, that comes at the bottom of the screen. And you'll see it doesn't quite fit, so I'm going to have to edit the dimensions, etc. So I'm going to turn that off. That's at a very basic level, that is how to add an overlay. You'll see, if I can get it the right way around, this image here is actually taken from my Google profile. I can change the color and I can change the font style, etc. But we prefer to use custom overlays. They're, they're far easier. All you have to do is create an image that's 1280 pixels wide by 720 high, and ideally that should be in PNG format so that you can have a transparent background, and I'll show you why in a moment. What I'm going to do now is load a custom overlay. I think I'll have that one. There we go. And then I have to turn it on. There. So you'll see it isn't a lower third in the traditional sense of the word. It's actually that way. It's actually running at the side. I could very easily put, for example, a Twitter handle or a link to the website at the bottom here. Over in the corner I could put something else. Up in this corner I tend to reserve, and the reason for that is because when the video is on YouTube, if you have the subscribe option for people within video programming, I normally place the link there so that people can hover over the icon and subscribe to the channel. But down here and over there, for me that's okay. There is something else you can do as well with a custom overlay. It doesn't have to be transparent. Of course, if it isn't transparent, nobody can see you. So let me show you this. I'm going to add a completely obscure overlay. There. Now, if I want to, I can mute my microphone. If I go to the top here, I can actually mute my microphone in the Hangout. Now, clearly in this broadcast you can still hear me because I'm down here in the corner, but if I was in a Hangout, I could drop an opaque overlay, mute my microphone, and get on with whatever I want to do. Drink a coffee perhaps, return some emails while the Hangout's running, and then when I'm ready to come back, I simply unmute my microphone, turn off the custom overlay. We have a few that we've already created, so I have this one here, but it's a little bit too high. We have this one as well, which again is a little bit too high, and it's got the Google logo over there. One that I tend to use quite a lot is the one that we saw right at the beginning, because it's nice, it's different. You have the post-it note there with a little bit of information about what I do. I have this one as well, which displays a list of all the things that I do, very brief bullet point list. And it also has in the corner my hover card. I only use this on private Hangouts, I don't use this on public. And then the one that we use for hosted Hangouts. One other thing that you can do with the toolbox, if you go to the gear icon, you can say enable auto load, so it will actually auto load toolbox every time that you go into a Hangout, and you can auto load the last used lower. Now I don't enable auto load, I don't need it, but every time I go into a Hangout now, if I leave this Hangout and then I go into another one, this lower third that I've created here will automatically load and be available. So I hope that was of some use, and if you have any questions or comments, just contact me through Hosted Hangouts. Thanks.